Hey everybody, this is Perch, and this is Rumor Town. However, I think it's really strong Rumor Town, and it's the question we've all been waiting for: the creative team behind Justice League. And also, there's another question: where is Brian Michael Bendis? What is he doing? Well, it looks like those two questions are answered the same way. Brian Michael Bendis appears to be taking over Justice League with issue number 59, joining his longtime collaborator David Marquez and Tamara Bonvillain as the new creative team for Justice League. And why I say, this is still Rumor Town. It has not been formally announced. It has not been formally announced. However, there's news floating around out there that maybe sites can't yet say they know. But that's why I'm reporting not on any kind of news release, but rather I'm reporting on Tamara Bonvillain, who actually on Twitter made a brief mention that Bonvillain, Bendis, and Marquez were going to be would be the new creative team for Justice League 59. That tweet has since been deleted, apparently. Fortunately, she did not let any cat out of the bag because Bonvillain has blocked the majority of people on Twitter. So therefore, no worries, nobody saw it, so it works. But at any rate, it is. Now, if you're running Vegas odds, the odds are extremely high. I think you could safely put money down on the table that we will get this teaming. In addition to this tweet that's been deleted, what hasn't been deleted is Brian Michael Bendis on Instagram posted a little tease with a shadowy image clearly drawn by David Marquez that features what appears to be the Justice League. We'll get to that in a moment. And then he wrote the caption, "Wow, what? Stay tuned." And then. Like I said, Bonvillain made an announcement on Twitter and then since deleted the tweet, and nothing has rolled from DC. And maybe not. There's some kind of embargo that will drop at about 10 a.m. tomorrow Eastern time. I don't know. Just conceivably, who knows? At any rate, this image features what appears to be certainly a Justice League-like team up. We see Batman, we see Superman, we see Wonder Woman in kind of what appears to be her newer costume. It could be a twist, but it's a different costume from what we're used to with Wonder Woman. But if you look at a lot of the Becky Cloonan more recent images of Wonder Woman, it appears to be that costume. We've also got, as I said, Aquaman is there, Hawk Girl is there, or Hawk Woman, and we have Green Arrow and Black Canary, which are there. And then we see two newer faces. We see Black Adam, who we were told was going to have a major impact in the Justice League and DC Comics in general going forward. Obviously, he's very prominently featured in DC Endless Winter, and so that makes sense that he is now here. And then we see Brian Michael Bendis's new character that he created and coming over to DC, Naomi, who is also front and center in this image. You got to have some new fresh face, right? That's kind of a Bendis signature of the team books he's done. So this appears to be the Justice League in the lineup. We're going to get a lot of the classic characters. What's interesting about this, no Green Lantern, no Flash, no Cyborg. So it's what's curious to me is that you would figure they'd put some big money and some attention and some time to Justice League, given that you have Zack Snyder doing kind of a do-over with Justice League on HBO Max, and that's going to be a very big deal. So you would expect to see kind of this classic team of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash kind of being represented there. No Cyborg, no Flash. And we're going to throw Naomi on there. Black Adam has a movie coming out, and it makes sense with The Rock being cast as Black Adam that you want to put him front and center. I get it. But anyway, so a little bit of an unusual Justice League team. I think some people will definitely be maybe a little miffed that Naomi's getting elevated to this role, but she also has a show coming out, so I guess not a big surprise there. I get a little tired about the kind of what's become a superhero team book formula, where you always have to have this, the Naomi character, the Miss Marvel character. No, not because they're female characters, just the wide-eyed newcomer character. They did this way back when Busiek was on the Avengers, and he had Firestar Marvel Boy. Was it Marvel Boy? Advance Astro. I don't. There's a dynamic in the '90s. You always had the team books. So the really kind of you had the Wolverine, you had the big brick-like character, and you had the sexy woman, and you had the smart one, and you just had this dynamic. This is definitely for the last 20 years a formula, and it's coming out here. But whatever, we'll wait to really complain about that until the book actually comes out. At any rate, we've seen Bendis and Marquez before. They brought us the award-winning and super strong seller Civil War II, and the Netflix esque issue, the Defenders, which ran right before Bendis jumped ship. He did some work on Invincible Iron Man as well. Marquez followed Bendis over to DC, where he'd been doing a lot of Marvel projects. He was one of the big draws and gets that DC got when they hired in Bendis. He was put on Batman Superman by Joshua Williamson, and he was kind of really all over that. So this is now Bendis and Marquez reuniting for the first time since coming to DC, and they'll be on this project with Tamara Bonvillain, who's I believe worked with both before. So it's a bit of a reunion of sorts. And so we'll learn more about this book. I imagine this is probably going to be in line with some of the other recent things they've done, where there's a backup story in this as well. So we'll learn more tomorrow, right before the solicitations drop. But it does look like Brian Michael Bendis. I guess this is the moment. I should have said this at the beginning. I'll bet I've already. If you're going to downvote this video because you hate Bendis, why are you giving that hate to me? I'm just telling you what I've heard. Why? Every time I do one of these announcements and it was with a creator or somebody they don't like, it's like there's the downvotes, and it's like, it's not my fault they're putting Bendis on this book. Come on, what are you doing? At any rate, Bendis is obviously one of definitely the more expensive writers in comics today. So it does make some sense if they're going to limit his books down. I think even people who loved Bendis, people who really liked what he did when he came into DC, I think most people would admit that they put him on a lot of titles right out the gate. And I get wanting to maximize your Bendis, but I have to believe that was a detrimental effect to just getting some attention on these books and getting them going. And it stretched that guy very, very thin. Not for his wallet, of course, but for the work he was putting out. The other question is what's going to happen to Justice League. Now, Bendis was continuing to work through Future State with Justice League, with Legion of Superheroes. What am I saying? It's been a long day. He was continuing to work with Legion of Superheroes. So I think all expectations would be in March that Legion of Superheroes is continuing with Bendis as well. But I have to imagine that will wrap up or wrap down or change off to somebody else at some point in the near future, or maybe David Walker or somebody like that. But I think that, in theory, Legion of Superheroes will get handed off to somebody else, and this will be the book. It will be kind of DC almost wanting to do a little bit of a do-over and put Bendis on a title that's going to more resemble when he was at his top at Marvel, which was when he was doing the Avengers, and really wanting to try and recreate that same kind of marquee book and put all the eggs in that basket, which makes sense. That basket makes sense to put them in. That said, I know a lot of people were hoping for Joshua Williamson or Venditti or somebody like that taking over Justice League. We haven't heard word on what either Williamson or Venditti will be doing at DC. Presumably they're still in there. Tomasi as well remains a question mark. There's a lot of names still up on the board we haven't heard. Of course, there is an expected JSA book looming out there that really feels tailor-made to Venditti. Williamson, unknown. I believe they've moved on with the new Flash creative team. So there's a couple characters out there. Aquaman, we haven't heard about that book and where that's going to go. So there's still a few things that are remain to be seen where DC is concerned. But it does look, knock on wood, because there's possibility this is all one big, huge fake, but it does look like Brian Michael Bendis will be the new writer, along with David Marquez, Tamara Bonvillain, on Justice League with issue 59 in March. And this is our team. So what do you think? I already know what people are going to write. Just don't drag me into it, man. At any rate, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of this creative team? Are you happy? Are you sad? Is this what you were hoping for? Is this what you're hoping desperately you wouldn't get? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Subscribe, click the bell for notifications if that you're so inclined. What's that Uncle Roger says? Slap that like button like your mom slapped you when you were a kid. Sure, why not? Do all those things. Thanks for listening.